From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Hello everyone, meteorologist Mike Kruger here with your evening forecast. Let's get you right through Kruger's Quickcast here, and we're going to start off with tonight. Now we're talking about warmer temperatures for tomorrow afternoon, but at least we're starting off with those cooler temperatures around 60 in the valley, 40s and 50s for the mountains, and looks like upper 40s for the coast, and some of that morning fog for some of you as well. Getting out the door tomorrow morning for your September 27th, again a cool start to the day in the low 60s in the valley, 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, and low 50s for the coast. Starting off with some of that patchy fog for the north coast as well. Let's take a look at your futurecast for tonight and into tomorrow morning. So there's tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. There you can see some of that fog actually already beginning to burn off here, and then taking you through Friday in the afternoon. Looks like more of that fog coming in for Friday night and most likely into Saturday morning as well. Otherwise, sunny skies for the rest of us. So here's what it looks like out there for tomorrow. Temperatures upper 90s. Places like Redding and north end of the valley could top out at 100 degrees. We're talking mainly 80s for the higher elevations, but back in the 90s for Trinity County and inland, and in those mid 60s for the coast. A quick look at your 7-day outlook. Again, we're still talking about the up and down with those temperatures. Up, back down again a little bit, back up, and then back down again as we go towards the middle and latter part of next week. Let's take a look at your coast forecast. Should be a little bit warmer by the beginning of next week, but generally in the low to mid 60s. Still that up and down trend here inland and for Trinity County as well. That will also be the case for Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains. Up and down all the way through the middle to even latter part of next week. All right, that's your quick cast. You can of course go on with the rest of your evening, but if you want a more detailed forecast, let's get you right into it. So the summer heat returns tomorrow. We've got a possibility for triple digits in the valley returning as early as tomorrow and probably even into Saturday. So stays hot through the middle of the week. Temperatures should, for the most part, drop by the end of next week. We'll talk about some discrepancies in the long-range forecast models here in just a bit. But it looks like overall the winds aren't going to be much of a factor for your Friday afternoon, but they do pick up a bit off in the eastern mountains through the afternoon. That could elevate the fire weather risk. Also a bit gusty for parts of the coast here with those north winds as well. So it's going to be very dry for your Friday. As the temperatures increase, we're seeing those humidity levels begin to decrease as well. That's going to elevate the fire weather risk. The good news is we don't have major winds to help elevate that. But again, we do have those gusty winds here in the eastern mountains by the time we do get into Saturday afternoon. Bottom line, we still just need to be extra careful out there. So again, you can see as we go into tomorrow morning, not a lot of fog already, but there may be some patchy fog out there. It may return by the time we go into Friday afternoon, and especially Friday night into Saturday morning. There's 8 a.m. That fog does return along the coast. It starts to dissipate though by Saturday afternoon. Meanwhile, everyone else still seeing those sunny skies here. Drier than normal in that long-range outlook here, maybe some rain returning to the north and west. But the overall trend still has these storm systems riding to the north, and we still have high pressure over the desert southwest and even over the eastern Pacific, which will build by Friday and Saturday. You start to see a bit more of that ridge. This, though, will kind of drop our temperatures down slightly by Sunday. Then by Monday, Tuesday of next week, you see the ridge of high pressure building in again. You see a nice little arc in the ridge here. High pressure desert southwest and eastern Pacific kind of joining forces and giving us that heat for Monday, Tuesday, back to about 100 degrees for the valley by Monday, Tuesday. And then this particular forecast model, the GFS, is keeping the ridge of high pressure fairly dominant Wednesday into Thursday, even Friday of next week. However, the European forecast model has this cooler air here overriding that ridge, bringing cooler air by the end of next week, and maybe even some rain associated with that. So if you do have outdoor plans, it's a stay tuned type of forecast because we're still seeing some discrepancies in that long range forecast model. But bottom line, we still expect to see warmer than normal conditions here over the next 7 days or so. And you can see the trend back down again, up a little bit here, back down, and then again, kind of going in the middle of the road here. It could be cooler than this, especially based on the European forecast model, and it may be even a little bit warmer than this, depending on the GFS forecast model. But bottom line, I do expect cooler temperatures as we go toward the end of next week into that next weekend. And this is going to be the overall trend for almost everyone, with the exception of the coast. The coast just kind of staying steady in those low to mid 60s here. The wave heights actually are going to be increasing going into your Friday afternoon. That could create some problems if you do need to be on a small boat, and that'll probably last into Saturday as well. All right, so let's go and take a look at your forecast for tonight. Should be in the low 60s for the valley, 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, to right on the upper 40s to about 50 for the coast. Your Trinity County neighborhood forecast, temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. So yes, it is warming up really across the board here. 72 degrees for Blue Lake, 92 Alder Point. We're back in the 90s for many of the inland areas. As I mentioned, a little bit warmer by Tuesday for the coast, but generally staying in the low to mid 60s. There you can see 77 for Smith River, 90 for Gas Key, and there you can see Orleans about 96 degrees. Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, up, back up again, back down again by Wednesday and Thursday, mid to upper 80s tomorrow for Siskiyou County. Modoc County, mid to upper 80s there as well, about 89 for Alturas, 88 for Canby. So it's warming up even for those higher elevations tomorrow. Eastern Mountains, mid to upper 80s, looks like Quincy about 95, 87 in Shingletown, also that up and down trend for the next 7 days. Your valley neighborhood forecast, temperatures in the mid to even upper 90s for at least the south end of the valley. Head up north though, closer to 100 degrees for, say, Redding, Bella Vista, Palo Cedro, 99 for Anderson, and Red Bluff, a high of about 97 degrees. So let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding, and you see how temperatures are going up and down and up and down. 100 degrees tomorrow, upper 90s Saturday, Sunday, 100 degrees again Monday, Tuesday, mid-90s by Wednesday and Thursday. That's your evening update. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and live on Coffee with Kruger at 7 a.m. Have a great night.
At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.